Hi, 6th graders. Today we're going to be looking at proportions. By the end of this lesson, you want to be able to determine if two quantities are proportional. Proportional means they're quantities with a constant ratio or rate. That means they're proportional. And then a proportion is an equation stating that two rates or ratios are proportional. Or the same, or equal. Okay? We can compare quantities in simplest form as one way that we can do proportions. One thing that I want you to keep in mind is we've really kind of been working with this a little bit with ratios and rates. It's just that we're taking it a step further. So for example, does 2 over 5 equal 6 over 15? And we can just compare these in simplest form. Now, 2 over 5 is in simplest form, but 6 over 15 is not. 6 and 15 share a common factor of 3. So if I do 6 divided by 3, I get 2. If I do 15 divided by 3, I get 5. And since 2/5 is equal to 2/5, 2/5 is proportional to 6/15. So they form a proportion. Now, what about 3/5 and 8/16? 3/5 is in simplest form again. However, 8 and 16 share a common factor of 8. 8 divided by 8 is 1, 16 divided by 8 is 2. 3/5 does not equal 1/2, so those are not proportional. Why don't you go ahead and pause the video and try the next two on your own. In our first example, we have $2 for 10 prints. We want to know, is that the same thing as paying $6 for 30 prints? Well, neither one of these are in simplest form. 2 and 10 share a common factor of 2. So I'm going to divide by 2, I get 1. Divide by 2, and I get 5. 6 and 30 share a common factor of 6. Divide by 6, I get 1. Divide by 6, I get 5. And since they both break down to 1 over 5, or $1 for 5 prints, those are proportional. What about 2 prints being equal to $4, $2 for 10 prints being equal to $4 for 12 prints? Well, we did 2 over 10, we already know is 1/5. This one they share a common factor of 4, so 4 divided by 4 is 1, 12 divided by 4 is 3. So these two are not proportional because 1/5 is not the same as 1/3. Another way we can do this is also using unit rates, which we've also worked together with a little bit this year. If I go 20 miles in 5 hours, is that the same as going 45 miles in 9 hours? So 20 miles in 5 hours, and I want to know, is that proportional to going 45 miles in 9 hours? If I do unit rates, remember I'm taking the top divided by the bottom. 20 divided by 5 is 4, so this is the same thing as going 4 miles per hour. 45 divided by 9 is 5 miles per hour. And since 4 is not equal to 5, those are not proportional. So why don't you go ahead and pause the video and try the next one on your own using unit rates. If I can get 3 shirts for $21, and actually we can write this the other way because normally we're going to do the price per shirt. So I'm going to flip this around, and this is going to be $21 for 3 shirts because it's going to be easier to do our unit rate that way. We want to know, is that the same as paying $35 for 5 shirts? Okay, 21 divided by 3 means I'm paying $7 per shirt. 35 divided by 5 means I'm paying $7 per shirt, and since that's the same, these two are proportional. The last way we're going to look at is using equivalent fractions. So if I made 3 free throws and 7 attempts on Monday, I want to know, is that proportional to making 9 free throws and 14 attempts on Tuesday? So is 3 over 7 equal to 9 over 14? So with equivalent fractions, I know that I can take 3 times 3, and that will give me 9. If I do 7 times 3, though, that doesn't equal 14, that would be 21. So those are not proportional because they're not equivalent fractions. Sorry about my bad handwriting today. Alright, so now is buying 6 DVDs for $90 the same as buying 3 DVDs for $45? So 6 for 90, is that the same as buying 3 for 45? Well, I can take 6 and divide it by 2. If I do 90 divided by 2, that would be 45. So they would be the same. So yes, because they are equivalent fractions. Alright, don't forget to leave a question on Edmodo when you're done watching this, and hopefully this makes some sense for you today.